In this video, we're looking at June 2019 Canadian dollar, and it's reached some highs back here. As you can see that it dropped way back in here, then took back off, came back down, took back off again. But what it's failed to do is make a 50% retracement yet. So if you took this move from here to here, as you can see, it didn't make a 50. So we're going to go to this move here. And as you know, markets like to come back and make a 50% retracement. If it did retrace down in here, we've got support at the 50. All right, let's look at some risk rewards here. By the way, this is a flag. Let me just draw that out. There's a little pattern here. That flagpole, that's a bull flag. Now, typically bull flags, I call them bull flags because they're bullish. However, I don't know that I would trust that. Look at momentum down at the bottom down here. You can see momentum came back up and price rallied hard. And momentum came here and it started dropping again, and the price started dropping. Momentum went up, it's coming back down. But which move was the strongest? This move here, up in here, or this move up in here? Where's momentum? Momentum is coming down. It's telling you that that uptrend is getting weaker and weaker. Now, I'd rather trust momentum than a lot of the other indicators. Let's look at MACD here. Now, this is momentum here, this line here. Look at MACD again. MACD, same thing. MACD came up here, started dropping, barely went back up, started dropping again. So the strength of MACD is coming back down while price is going back up. So we call that a divergence. In other words, price doing one thing, indicators doing another thing. Same thing on momentum back here, right? So I'd have a tendency to want to short that, even though there's a bull flag, because I don't trust, price action. It's come down, came down again. If it breaks down below and takes out this low here, I would think that market may drop. Let's take off this, that bull flag, and we'll take that off. And we're going to look at setting some targets. If I were to short that, got to unlock that and move this out a little bit. Here would be our targets over in here. 50 to 62%, because you know that markets like to retrace back down or up 50 to 62%. So let me lock that. All right. Now, if we were to risk shorting this at a break below here and put a stop, say, up in here, just above an even number, right? 76,800 is an even number, 7620. Even be a little bit more than that. In case it stuck its nose up there. Let's go to 76,915. So what we're risking is $655. Now let's do another calculation here, or another target tool, and say that it came down here. We're looking at 1185, not a 2-to-1, but close. If it came down here to the 62, we're looking at better than a 2-to-1, right? Now, I would think that it may come back down and test this support down in here for two reasons. First, it's support in that area, obviously. So if we've got support here, and we've got a 50% level right close to it. Let's move this target up a little bit, or I'll just delete that. Oops, wrong thing. That's okay, we'll redraw it. Don't worry. Oh, let me redraw it here. Take that off. Got a $655 risk. And we're going to put our target down here. And we're going to check it one more time here. We didn't have quite a 2-to-1. but still not bad. Risk 655, we'd make 1235. All right. So let's do that. Let's place an order to short below this low here. All right, so we're going to sell one here. And we're going to put a protective stop up here. A little bit higher than that. We're going to put a protective stop here in case that market does rally some. So we're going to buy it back if we get filled. Now, if we don't get filled, I'm going to remove that until we do get filled, because what can happen doesn't happen in the live software, but in the end of day software, if this sell order does not get filled and this jumped up and it filled that order, we'd be long that market, which is not what I want. But just for demonstration purposes. All right, and here, I'm going to place an order down here, and I'm going to buy it back on a limit. All right, there's our order. All right, now let's play this forward a little bit. We know that this box over here is our 50, 62% area. This is our target here. We got filled. All right, and you can see up in the right-hand corner, we're up $275 on that. All right, I'm going to leave it, let it run, see what happens. All right, we're down. Now see this gap here? Gaps like to fill. All right, so I would not be surprised for that price to come back and fill that gap, take out that void, and then drop again. Let's see what happens here. Hasn't yet. Now we're up 660, and we had a update here. I'm going to let the trade run. Now you could bring your stop down to break even. That's not a bad idea. Bring it down here to break even. All right, so can't get hurt except for commissions. All right, comes back down again. Now, if we wanted to, we could bring our stop down to here. In case that gap fills, if it happened to go through it, we'll take out a little bit of money, a couple $100 or something. Let's see what we would take out of that if we did that. 250, $200, something like that. So let's just leave that, all right? I'd much rather bring a stop down most of the time and lock in a little bit of profits. All right, here we go. Let's see if that gap fills. It's not filled yet. Back down again. The gap has not filled. All right, now we're up $740. We have zero risk. We've locked in 200. All right, I'm going to let that go. It should come down and test this support. It's also that 50% area. Wow, this is interesting. Put that fib chart back up here. Is that a 50? That's an exact 50. It came down and tested that 50. Interesting. I'm going to leave it. We got $200 locked in. See if it goes down. Back up again. Back up again. Trying to fill that gap. We got stopped at. We made $250. I'll go over here and look at our account. We made $240. It's at 50,000. 240. So we made $240. Now what do? Do we stay out of that? Do we go long? All right, we're doing some swing trading, I guess you'd say. We're certainly not position trading because we're moving stops and everything else and letting it go. All right, so I'm going to remove this order here, delete that order. This order here, it already filled. This one's already filled. So we shouldn't have any pending orders over here. We don't have any pendings. No pending orders. All right, so we're okay. So let's play it forward. I certainly wouldn't buy it. There's no money in it. 570, and where's your risk down here? You got a negative 2 to 1. Right, but look at momentum. Momentum is still coming down. I think this is going to lose strength again. Let me move this, delete that. All right. Now let's move this over for a second, because I want to see what kind of move we had from here to here to here. That looks more than a 62. No, just above a 62. Just at a 62, really. Move that down a little bit here. And move this up a little bit here. Come on. Grab that and grab this. Come on. All right. Made a little bit better than the 62, but look at momentum. Momentum is still down. I'm not going to buy that market. Let's wait a day. See what happens. Down. Told you. We have a blip. All right. We have a top blip and momentum is down. Now, if we shorted that, short it here, put a stop up here. Let's see what kind of risk we might have on that. All right. Let's see here. Don't like the top blip. Closed high. Should have closed low. And it didn't. I'm going to wait. It came up, tested these highs, and look what happened at price. Open and closed about the same. No winners that day. Bears were a little bit bigger winner than the bulls. The bulls tried to run it up and couldn't. If we were to short that, actually what we have now is an internal bottom blip, but it closed low. Like this one over here. Closed low, but then it rallied the next day. I If that comes down to here, we're risking 675. Now, where's our target? Let's do some targets again. We know that support down here would be a target. This support would be a target. So we got a 655 risk up here. Down here we got a 900, so it's 1.5. It came down here and tested this. We got 1100. That'd be a 2-to-1 down to here. But momentum popped its ugly head up. Let's look at MACD. MACD is really flat. Came up a little bit, turned green, but it's not moving much. I'm gonna hold off. Still gonna hold off. Well, what an ugly day. Or a great day for the bears anyway. Ugly day for trading. I'm not going to short it. We don't have any room down here. I'm going to take that little bit of reward potential for the risk up here. Let's see what happens at support. All right, we're back down to this support. Remember, this upper line here was our 50%. This was 62%. Now then, look at MACD coming down. Look at momentum. I'd be willing to short that. Let's see where that might go. Let's use a 1, 2, 3 tool up here with a projection on it. 1, 2, 3 tool. Project down to here. That's just above that 62% area. But we've got a big risk on it. If we put a stop a sell stop down here and a protective stop up in here. We're risking a lot. And it may pop off this support area here and come back up. As we know, that happens a lot. If it breaks, I'm going to be short. I'm going to be short that market. I don't want to be long that market. Momentum. Look at momentum. Right, I'm going to place an order to short that market. At here. 895. I'm going to short that 895. Now, where do I want to stop? Let's do a 50 on this. If that market comes back up in here, there's that gap, and that gap over here filled. See where it came up here? Exactly filled and dropped again. Oops. Try this again. We'll put it just above that resistance. See that resistance here? 75, 985. I'm going to buy one there if we get fill. Or, yeah, if we get fill, that's our stop. All right, we're down. All right, we're filled. Momentum is down. We're up $215. I'm going to leave it. And look what happened. It came down, almost tested that 127 projection. Almost got it. It did now exactly. And we're up $415 on that. Let's do something else here. Let's delete this one. Delete this one. Let's do a big fib on this. From this swing low down here to this swing out. It's already broke the 62. That's great. Now on the live software, I've got bigger projections than that. I don't on the end of day. That's okay. We'll go out to 132 and go out to more than that. We'll take this off. We know where it is. It's right here. Oops. I'll delete this. Start with a clean chart. It's already come past the 62, so let's delete that. Now, what do I want to do? If I bring it down to break even, that's awfully tight. I'm going to leave it. Well, here, I'm going to leave it right above that resistance over in here. Put a circle around it. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Just above that. All right, it's back up, finding support. I'm going to leave it. It's back up. Oh, we're down $100. That happens. Let's see if it goes to the 50. There's the 50. All right, we're down 440. Back down off the 50. Back down again. We're down 195. We're down 175. Look at this, 62. See, it came back up here to the 62. First it tested the 50, then it tested the 62. Back down again. All right, we're only down $20. Now we're up 190. I'd bring that stop down to here. Take a little bit less risk. Back up again. Back down again. Support's here. It's got to get this support down in here. That's our big hurdle, is this support here. Is it going to test it and bounce, or is it going to break through? We're up $340 on that. Back up. Down 135 bucks. We're down 390. About break even. Down 170. Down 215. Down 110. Come on back down. Momentum, you're still dropping. There we go. I'm wondering something. Let's delete this. Let's look at this move from here to here. What did it do? We know that it did more than a 50 from here to here, to 78. Delete that. We're up 85 bucks. We're down 350. Down 290. Up 40 bucks. It's not doing a whole lot. It's kind of going sideways. See it? I'm going sideways here. But momentum. You were up for a day or two here and dropping. I'm going to hang in there and see what happens. Still sideways. There we go. There's our drop. Now we're up 395. Now it's hit this once. Might as well call it twice. This is the third time. It's either going to break through or it's going to come back up. One or the other. All right, we're up 395. Our entry is here. This is our entry. All right, if it comes back up, it's got to take out this high, which will take out this high, and this high, and these highs. Momentum is down. I don't believe it will. It didn't. All right, we're up $685 on that. I'm going to move my buy stop to here. We'll lock in about 500 or so. Something like that. No, not that much, 300. So we're locking in 300. Not much movement that day. Inside bar. Momentum is still down, but up slightly. Becoming a common number. Remember, we talked about a common number in another lesson. I'm going to change the color of that. We're going to go over here and change that to white. For me, that represents a common number. And I'm going to put it in a little dash line. So this is a common number. Found resistance here, found support here. Pretty strong area. Let's see if that holds. Did not. We got stopped out. And we made about 300 bucks on that. Let me go over here to my account. So on those two little trades, short-term trades, we made 550 bucks. All right. We played retracements. We played 1, 2, 3 projections. We played support, resistance. So basically that would be setting targets and doing some swing trades that last a few days or a week or so. Didn't last that long. These were our closed orders down here. See how long that lasted. We got into that. It lasted in here. No, it lasted more than that. That was a 2-month trade. I thought it was a lot shorter than that. Wasn't. But still, we made $550 on those 2 little trades, and we didn't risk a whole bunch. Right? That's how I would play this. Now, what would you do here? Price came back, closed at the 50. I'm not going to do anything with that yet. I'd wait. I like to short 50s. I love to short 62s. Or buy 50s or 62s if it comes back, if the market is up and comes back down. So these are my favorite areas. It's like a magic window in here, 50, 62%. All right? All right. I'll see you in the next video.